right, Capybaras, welcome back to another episode of The Lone Roller. It is I, your host, Leon Andrews, and we are back once again to revisit the scene, or not revisit the scene, but continue the fill arc of the Talti chapters, where in the last scene, Talti met with a person that off camera, as if you will, off camera, met with a person named Hirsch, a person who was quite nervous and everything, and is now wants to become a dissenter, if you will, a dissenter of the oligarch that is running this space station, which is there for black market dealings. And it is a black market station run by an oligarch. Hirsch wants to disrupt that. And Talti, being the person that he is, knowing what happens with the corrupt government comes into play, feels some sympathy for it. And maybe, just maybe, get a little bit closer to the cabal that is ran by Senator Vamajan. At the same time, he's waiting for the Sapphire pilgrimage that makes a stop at this space station before it makes its way to its pilgrimage planet. With that said, the scene that we are now working on is the thread for disrupting the black market oligarch on the space station. That is the scene or that is the thread we are currently working on as we're awaiting this ship to come by. Now, with that said, bring the microphone down here because it keeps getting into my face. Let me just adjust it here really quick. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There it is. All right. Where we last left off is now that Hirsch is going to go back to his daily work routine to dig up a little bit more while Talti, can he sneak his way in? Can he talk his way into maybe meeting with this oligarch or finding a little bit more information about this oligarch? What does he do? What's the most likely thing that someone who is on the run, who's now basically changed his identity from Talti to Sven, is going to now disrupt an oligarch on a space station, is what we're working with. So the opening scene is just Talti listening into any conversations that he can hear a little bit more about this oligarch. So that is our opening scene. He is now trying to find more information about the oligarch, where they meet, what are their routines, etc. I think that's a good place to start. He's just trying to find out more about their routines and what people think about them. So it is an information gathering type of scene is what he's doing. And with that said, as always, we're gonna roll a D10 against the chaos factor, which is currently at 5 as the chaos factor went down in the last episode to 5. So with that being said, we're gonna roll 1d10 to test the scene. Is the scene interrupted, altered, or does it proceed as normal? We're gonna roll the die. Let's see. We're gonna roll a d10. I don't want to roll that one. That was the one that gave me all the bad rolls the last time I was recording. Yeah, this is the one we want to use. It's not a Midnight Fury design dice because, like I said, I lost that one somewhere in the ethers of my studio that I have here, and I can't find it. I don't know where it went. I fell back there and it's gone. That's it. It doesn't exist anymore. All right, with that said, we're gonna roll 1d10. Test the scene. If we roll equal to or under, the scene is changed. We rolled a 9. The scene proceeds as normal. Talti is still sitting at the tower, listening in on any conversation that he can, some kind of in that he can possibly get. So I say, does Talti we're gonna roll a target of, let's say, 8, and we're gonna use more of his noticeability in this case. So what's the noticeability that he has here? Let's check his time sheet. Let's check his character sheet. He has a notice of 1, which in Stars Without Numbers, noticing is vastly different than how the way it is in Dungeons and Dragons, but let's be absolutely sure. Stop anomalies or interesting oh no, sorry. Spot anomalies or interesting facts about your environment. Roll it for searching places, detecting ambushes, spotting things, and reading the emotional state of other people. So Talti is in this tavern and he's having a drink with the bartender and he's just taking it easy. Oh, Talti is just, let's get into the Talti voice. The Talti voice is deep and commands respect. He's like, yes, I know, because I am Talti. And Talti, as Sven, is having a drink. He's taking it easy because he knows he has to keep an ear out or spot anything around this room. So, with a notice of 1, we're going to go ahead and roll. We'll call that a target of, let's say, 8. Let's be sure that an 8 is in the appropriate difficulty check that we want. Double check everything here. System quick reference sheet. Here we go. So a 6 is a relatively simple task. 8 is a significant challenge to a competent professional. We're going to call it a target of 8. Talti rolls an 11 with a 12. Yeah, he notices. What does he notice? Well, he notices 2 people are having a conversation. He sits there and he listens in, sipping on his drink. What is it? We don't know. It's non-alcoholic, I'll tell you that much. He's sipping his non-alcoholic beverage. Let's call it a tea. He's drinking tea. And he hears in 2 people talking about the oligarch at the moment. It's 2 people. Oh, I know what they are. They are, ooh, what's that word where they advise the leaders of a, of a government or even a, what's it called? Even, royalty, right? And I turned on the light so you guys can get a better look at me now. Viziers. That's the word, viziers. So he's listening in on these 2 viziers. They're talking amongst one another, and Talti picks up on the daily habits and routine of the oligarch. They're talking about something. What are they talking about? Well, they're probably talking about the state of affairs. They're going back and forth, talking to one another, almost in a hush whisper voice, but Tall T, being the person that he is with the successful role, can pick up on the conversation that they are talking about the state of affairs within the space station and how 2 of the other members that they serve are in cahoots over probably doing a bit of a power take. Talti hears in. Are they talking about a power take? I'm going to call that 50-50. Let's not use that one. That's the one I don't like. No. Well, get out of here. 82. You know what? Screw the dice on this one. It's my show. Not everything has to be a dice roll or answered by a dice roll because it's convenient for me and that's how I roll. So these 2 are talking amongst themselves about their about the people they serve and how they're planning to overthrow or do a little bit of a power take and succeed in that seat of power, that the high power chairs, if you will. And Talti overhears that and he goes, maybe I can use this to my advantage. Maybe this is my end. Maybe this is a way for me to meet with the oligarch, dig up information. And he thinks to himself and he says, maybe feed this feud, this power, this inner power struggle, and maybe disrupt a few things. Yeah, that sounds fun. Yes, that sounds really fun. And Talti kind of goes, whoa, uh, never thought that way. I've never thought that way before. He's noticing that things about him are changing. Characteristically, I would have never taken a risk like this. What is happening to me? He can almost hear in the background Priya talking in his head, filling him with ideas. in his other adventures and other arcs that he's done with them, it feels like Pariah is rubbing off on me. That's what it seems. He shakes it off and goes, I think I'm going to make my way to that table. And he approaches the two viziers that are talking amongst one another, and he says, Sorry, I couldn't help but notice your conversation. I am a man with the gift of gab and a way of helping you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. The two looked at each other. They exchanged looks and they look at Talti. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sven, and I am the kind of person you paid to help you achieve those goals. Those secret goals you're talking about. Not quite smart to talk about them in a tavern of all places, because you never know who will be listening. And the two go, oh, I'm sorry, but this was a personal conversation. Mr. Sven, as it will, I beg you to back away before I bring in the guards to take you in. You won't bring in the guards. Because I will tell them what you two have been talking about, and trust me, I am very persuasive when it comes right down to it. Recalling memories of what happened on that desert planet with Jito the bounty hunter, Talti looks at them and says, Trust me, I can help you two. Allow me again to introduce myself. My name is Sven, and I will help you out for your politicians to achieve their goals within this space station. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Ooh, let's call out a target of 8. Talk of who? Charisma 3. Whoa! Rolled exactly an 8 with his talk. Oh no, and his charisma. They go, Can you really help us? Oh, absolutely, I can. Please, set up a meeting with your leaders. I will be more than happy to meet with them. And trust me, let's keep this on the down low. Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. What was your name again? Was Sven? Yes, it's Sven. And what's your name? Oh, they call me Cal. And this is Key. Cal and Key. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you both. Please go back to your leaders. Talk to them and let's meet. Where's a good place to meet? We will send a message, a note. It will come to you. Are you docked at the port? I am. What number? I'm on G29. Oh, G29. We'll write that down. And they write it down. Kel and Key. They write that down. And they will say, we'll send word for you in no time. We'll send word for you in no time. Good. I'm looking forward to it. Once then, we'll set up a meeting, and I will go and meet you at that place, and I'll talk more to your political leaders and see what we can do to make that change in your favor. Oh my goodness. Well, that's great. And the Key and Kel, they leave off. Talti sits there and he kind of indulges himself a bit. He celebrates this little bit of a victory before he has time to even go back. Before long, the shift changes are coming and he sees the familiar face of Hirsch. And he says, Hirsch, did you get any information? And did Hirsch get any information? Or did he find something else out that can be of Talti's advantage? 25. He did. He's like, oh yeah, definitely. I found something, something really useful. We've been working on something here. I don't know if you know this. I'm an engineer, and I think I know a way to, you know, cause a surge, like in power. Yeah, it'll shut down everything. It'll block everything. It will just shut down power for a little bit, and then they won't be able to fix it for a while. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I did meet with, do you know who Key and Kel are? Oh, the Viziers. Yeah, I know them. What happened? I'm going to meet with two of the political leaders that they've been working with, or working under, really. And it may or may not have a chance to do a meeting with them. Oh, are you serious? Oh, wow. Oh, that's great. Hirsch, I think it would behoove us if I gave you a communication device. When I give you the signal, I want you to do this power surge. We will use this to our advantage. Before long, something will go awry. What I want you to do next is very simple. I need you to start talking to the ears of people. Let them know that change is coming, but the power struggle between their oligarch is getting tense, if you will. Tense. So, real change has to come about. We need to create a political figure, a figure that is not yet even known to them. Do you understand me? Yeah. Uh, yeah, that makes sense. Like we. No, I don't understand. It's simple. We create a symbol, a person. She doesn't have to exist at all. We just make them up. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. It's like a fictional character. Exactly. So you're going to talk about how this person is going to bring real change and overthrow the oligarchy. And we're going to create this persona. And that persona is going to be a symbol of new, of revigoration, reincarnation. She will call herself the Phoenix. Oh, whoa, yeah, I like that. That's really good. Oh, the Phoenix. The Phoenix will bring change, will bring new. I think you can do that, Hirsch. You are the common man, just like everybody else down here. So, talk to people. I'm going to leave and go back to my ship for a while until I get my message and the note about that meeting time. Until then, you're going to tell people about the Phoenix and how she will bring change. So Talti gives this note about and talks more and more and more about this Phoenix character that he creates about with Hirsch. And so let's roll on that. I'm gonna give that a target of 8, and let's see what happens. Ho ho! He rolls an 11. We're gonna save that for the next scene on the lone roller. This is where we're going to end off. Once again, Talti was in control, and the chaos factor now goes back down again to 4. Ooh, that makes things very, very interesting. But Talti and Hirsch now break away and split off. Talti goes to his ship and waits for word to meet with these two members of the oligarch, while Hirsch goes and spreads and creates this person called the Phoenix. Until then, capybaras, this was the Lone Roller. Please check out my social medias. Alternative Zen on Twitter, Alternative Zen with an underscore at the beginning, so underscore Alternative Zen on Instagram. Please check out my blog, stillfoxes.home.blog. I'm letting you know right now that I have been working on the story. I've mentioned it before. It is a story called The Departing Tale of Christopher Lamont and the Hereafter. Actually, I shortened it down. It's just now called The Departing Tale of Christopher and the Hereafter. And in this story, it's about a boy and a Grim Reaper journeying through the afterlife. I am now looking for beta readers to receive an advanced copy. Eventually, I will let you know if you follow me on any of my socials when I'm taking applications for advanced readers to come in and read this book and get a free copy for themselves, a digital copy for themselves, really. But once again, capybaras, this has been Leon on the Lone Roller, and thanks for stopping by.